Layton versus Layton Exclusif. Parfums de Marley Layton. So let me grab my notes really quick here. It's sweet, seductive, a crowd pleaser. To me, it's very easy to wear. You just have to make sure you gauge your sprays right. I agree with a lot of other people and reviewers and fragrance enthusiasts that this is a beginner's niche scent. It's easy to love. When I first sprayed it from my old 10 ml decant that's now gone, I loved it from first sniff. I mean, it just smelled luxurious. It smelled amazing. Did not smell like Vicks Vapor Rub to me, and I do get that at times. I feel like I smell it, a hint of it, but it's just it's the fresh patchouli. That's what that smell is in the beginning. My wife loves this scent. I actually wore it today. She said it smelled amazing. I got a compliment on this from a guy. He asked me what scent it was, and I told him hopefully he seeks this one out for a good price. And yes, in comparison to the Layton Exclusif, this has more of the fresh patchouli. Now on to Parfums de Marley Layton Exclusif. So with this one, I believe they took out some of the sweetness, they dialed it down about a few notches. They added oud and the civet note in there to balance out the sweetness. So it's like a more mature version, if you will. I would say like this is like Dior Homme, not Dior Homme, sorry. This is more like Dior Sauvage EDP to Dior Sauvage EDT, which is the original Layton. I'll say that comparison in the way this is a true flanker of Layton because they took the same DNA and they just added some notes to it. That's a true flanker. But this, as far as development goes, is very complex. Some days I will smell the civet, some days I won't. Like my wife smelled the civet, she said it was funky. Then another day she said it smells really good. And then yesterday I wore it, well the other day it just smelled more oud and the sweetness together. Then yesterday it got really sweet, like caramelized coffee. Like when you put too much of that turbino sugar or however you say it in the coffee, you don't fully dissolve, and when you get down to the bottom of the cup and you see that sugar there with the coffee, that's what this reminded me of when I wore it yesterday. It is a more niche version of Layton, if I didn't say that already. I do agree with that. My wife, at first I believe she liked it, but now I believe she loves it because she said it smelled amazing yesterday and I wore this and we were in like mid 70s weather or early 70s, like 73 degrees outside. I believe with this, they took out part of that patchouli that made it smell like that sparkling beginning or the Vicks beginning, and they subbed it out with oud. So now we come down to the question of which one should I own? If I would just want one Layton, which one should I own? I'll say, I believe if you're a fragrance collector or you sampled this one now and you felt like it wasn't complex enough for you, go with Layton Exclusif. They added some notes to it, made it I'll say this is a complete scent. It's just what you're looking for. Most collectors and fragrance enthusiasts will go after this because it has more notes in it. It's more complex. It changes more. This only changes like once or twice in the development. It goes from sweetness to a more creamy vanilla reminds me of kind of a waffle cone in the base. This, like I said, one day I smelled civet. One day I smelled more oud. One day I had more sweetness. It just depends on the skin chemistry, I guess the moisturization or the heat where you're at. If it's in outside or wintertime or what have you. I do agree this is more fall winter appropriate, but I believe with the way this changed for me this past week, I believe this can be pulled off all year round if you are very controlled with your sprays. So what is your guys' take on these two fragrances? Comment down below, let me know what you think. If you're tight for cash, I'll say start out with the original Layton, or Just get a sample of both of them and make your choice then and compare them side to side. This is Josh with Fragranscents. We'll see you in another review.